So when I first started playing Tekken 7 was actually my first game, there were a lot of kings in the beginner ranks. Why is this? Well, King is a really cool character, but also he has a lot of tools beginners can't deal with. So you have throws, beginners don't break these, you have multi-throws, then you have alley kicks. Alley kicks are really hard for beginners to deal with, and the third thing, and the thing we're going to talk about today, are unblockables. So King has a lot of unblockables, and like if you're an outsider and you don't know Tekken and you look at unblockables, you really think, yeah, this looks really cheap and this looks really good, but if you play Tekken, you know there's always a catch to an unblockable. So we're going over all the unblockables of King, and also Armor King, because he shares a few unblockables with King, and also he has a few unblockables you need to know how to deal with. So yeah.
Fight.
So first of all, what are the unblockables that both King and Armor King have? Well, the first one is the Moonsault and the second one is the Burning Knuckle. I'm going to say the names because they get used a lot. So the Moonsault is King's 1+4. It's this move. He turns around first, so there you can see if he turns around, he's going to do the Moonsault and he jumps with a backflip and lands on your face. Now Armor King also has the Moonsault, the same move. And they are the same frames, and yeah, it's actually the same move as King. Now the second move is the Burning Knuckle. So it's up forward 1+2, holding it. So you hold up forward and 1+2, and if you're really close, then you can see he turns around and hits him. Armor King also has this one, so you do up forward 1+2, and sometimes he doesn't turn around because you're not in the right position. But yeah, it's up forward 1+2 and then you hit it. Now, how do you deal with the Burning Knuckle? Well, the Burning Knuckle is really slow, 67 frames, and you can see I do a really late sidestep, I react to it, side walk better, and you can just sidewalk it and then hop kick it. If you do it really close and he turns around, you can still hop kick him. So a sidewalk is really great here. Now the Moonsault, this move is harder to react to. Why? Because he first turns around and then he does the jump, and the reds, or for King the yellow spheres, are just, yeah, they're coming on the screen later, so it's harder to react to. So you gotta learn the animation of the turnaround so you know it's coming. Now let's see if we can sidewalk this on reaction, and you see we just get dumped. Oh, this one worked. Well, great, but this didn't. So yeah, it's dangerous to sidewalk this because it's quite hard to do it on reaction. What I do like to do is, because I can't sidewalk it, is when I see him do this, I jab him out of it. And then you get a combo. It's only a float combo, but yeah, you can stack up quite a lot of damage just by floating him. So it's better than eating it, and you bring him to the wall and you can do your wall damage. So yeah, I would say jab him out of this because this is the easiest way and the most reliable way. Well, you're saying this seems pretty easy to react to, and well, yeah, if they just throw this out, they are easy to react to. So they are mostly used in setups. The first setup is Armor King. He has, and King also, they have combo setups where they enter combo with an unblockable just to catch you tech rolling. So I'm going to do a combo here with Armor King, and I'll end it in down forward 3 and then the Moonsault. And what this will do, I will do the combo first, bam, and then down forward 3, it will flip him, and then you do 1+4 for the tech catch. So now I'm going to try to tech roll with King, and what you can see is I actually eat it. I can't tech roll this. If I try to side roll on the ground, I will also eat this. Oh, that was also a tech roll. Come on, side roll on the ground, so dip, bam. Side roll, and I will still eat this. So yeah, this is hard to evade. What you can do is you can just hold back and then you will evade this. Bam. But then the King player, because he knows his setups, he knows if the other guy is trying to evade it that way, I can do a capital punishment and actually get a launch. So if I hold back here, you'll see, chup, I'll hold back and he launches me. So yeah, that's really dangerous to do. So if he does it after a combo, then you know it's a setup. Burning Knuckle has the same kind of setup. So let's say we do a sidestep 4 counter hit and then do this setup combo ending with a Burning Knuckle. So if we're King and we eat the sidestep 4 and we try to tech roll here, then yeah, we eat 45 damage. What can you do against this? Well, the Burning Knuckle is a ground hitting move, just as the Moonsault. So that's guaranteed, but you can stay on the ground and it only does 36 damage. So if someone does this to you, well, staying on the ground is your best option. The thing is, if you stay on the ground, then you should be a bit scared of getting ground thrown. So for Moonsault and for Burning Knuckle you have these combo setups, but you also have, and that's only for Moonsault, you have backturn setups. Why only for Moonsault? Well, yeah, Armor King and King's Moonsault is 52 frames, but if I go backturn here and I stand with my back to the opponent and I do the Moonsault, you can see he just backflips and he just jumps back. And then it's only 41 frames, so this one is faster and it's harder to react to. Now, when should you be scared of this? When should you be looking out for this? Well, Armor King has 1+2 backturn, and in backturn he can do the Moonsault, but his 1+2 also has 1+2 2 or 1+2 3. So you might, no, 1+2 4, sorry. So you might think he does the extension, but he doesn't do the extension and he goes 1+2 back, and then he goes into the Moonsault. Well, the same thing for 3+4. In 3+4 he goes back turned, but he can also, yeah, he can also go into an extension like 3+4 2 or something else. For King it's almost the same thing, so he has 1+2 to get him in back turn and then he can Moonsault. Well, he has also 1+2 1 and 1+2 3 to, yeah, make you scared of the extension and make you wait and block. So you gotta watch out for the 1+2 to go into back turn, but he can also always do something else. So that's his way of going to back turn. He also has back 4, which leaves him at -2 on block, which is pretty good, so you might not want to retaliate, and then you can expect an unblockable. Now, one note I almost forgot is that both King and Armor King have a spring kick that leads them to back turn. So you spring kick and then you Moonsault. This is a flowchart that is used a lot online. I think you can evade this by tech rolling or, yeah, rolling to one side. So just be aware of that and lab how you will beat this. Now, the thing that King has that Armor King doesn't have is forward 1+2. This unblockable. It's a big hitting. Oh, my counter hit is on. So yeah, it's still a pretty big hitting high if you hold it. Forward 1+2 hold, 50 damage. And the thing is, he can also do it from back turn, like this, which comes out at 28 frames, which is pretty fast. The normal one, 29 frames, is also really fast, but this thing is high. So if I go here, yeah, I can't record it, but if I set the other guy, the Armor King player, to crouch, then you can see you can crouch. Then you can see you can crouch this thing, so you can go just under it. So if you want to punish this, you should crouch this. I changed King and Armor King's places here, but if the computer does forward 1+2 hold, and I try to punish this with a 4, you can see the King actually just walks past me and my punish misses because it's some kind of sidestep animation in there. So you need to find a move that actually tracks, and my while standing 1 actually tracks pretty good, luckily. So here I can get a full combo even if he gets behind me. So take your character and test which punish is the best for this unblockable. So now you know to punish the Moonsault, you jab him out of it. So this one is the Moonsault. Then you have the Lariat, which is forward 1+2. Yeah, you need to duck that thing. And then he can also mix you up with just doing a 1+2 2, which is -12, I think, so I can back 1 to it here. So let's put this in practice. Well, this one should be punished. Punished again. Punished again. He likes that. You duck this and you lunge punish this. That was really close. And the Moonsault, bam. And there you get a lunge. So yeah, that's too late. Well, this is how you do it. So yeah, it's not easy. I needed a few tries for this. Don't tell anybody. Well, it's pretty hard, and yeah, don't get really frustrated when you get hit by this online, because the back turn thing is actually pretty good. Now, one last unblockable for King. Well, King has a Jaguar step. That's this move, 3+4. And if it does this one, then you get a high. But if it does this twice, then you get a unblockable. This unblockable is also high, so you can just duck it. Some people say that the more Jaguar step spins you do, the more the damage is. Well, that's true for 2 because this one does 42 and this one, sorry, and 3 spins does 52, but actually max after 5 spins is still 52, so that's a myth. The funny part here is if he does 6 Jaguar spins, then he drops down, so that is pretty funny. The move, however, is only 17 frames by itself, so you won't be reacting to it. So it's purely on a read, but if it does 2 Jaguar spins, well, you better be ducking because the chances of him going for that unblockable are pretty high, I think. Well, now Armor King also has a few unblockables King can't do. The first one is back 2+3, which is really cool, but I think, yeah, it's quite a useless unblockable. I don't know what the combo is here, but I know you can Moonsault into this, so that's pretty cool. But like if you see this and I start sidestepping, well, I can evade it directly. I can also just duck and even do this when I see it, so yeah, that's not a good unblockable, but it's pretty cool. He also has a few useful unblockables. So the first one is Crouch Dash 3, and this, as you can see, wall splats. So Armor Kings like to use this at the wall. It's 32 frames, so you can actually pretty much 31, 32 frames. You can actually pretty much duck this, but you need to react to it, which is not easy. So you duck this first one. Now the second one and also kind of the third one, so the 2 last ones are from his Crouch Dash 1+2. If you just do Crouch Dash 1+2, you see this is an unblockable where he spits acids in King's face. This one is 29 frames, so this thing is reactable, but you might know that also he has a rage drive which seems to do the same thing. So here, wrong player rage, this one rage. So if you see Armor King here do the acid spit, but you hold 1+2, that's not the move. Well, here you get the rage drive, but you can see the startup frames are only 20 frames. So this one you can't react to so you cannot duck this on reaction. Now what are the properties of these last two? Well, actually the rage drive makes the throw unbreakable. So he does the rage drive and then he does a throw, and this one is unbreakable because I'm still in the stun of the rage drive. So I try to break the giant swing with 1 and that doesn't work while it's a 1 break. He can actually be too far for the giant swing to hit, and that's where he is going to do a Shining Wizard, and that's a 1+2 break. But I can't break it because I'm still in the stun of the rage drive. Now the acid mist without the rage drive seems pretty useless because he's at -15, but he's like really far away, so I can't do anything. If I'm closer, then he's at -7. So you seem to not be able to do anything here. Well, this unblockable is actually also a setup tool. So some Armor Kings set you up at the wall, and some Armor Kings set you up with down 1+4 and then 1+2. This is a myth, you can just block it, but if you hit this one, well, this gives you great Oki. So what the opponent really wants to do is to be safe, he wants to side roll. So you set him up with this and you see the opponent is going to side roll here. But if you do an acid mist here, well, you set him up to stand up into your acid mist, and then the frames will be more in your favor, and you can do something like a back 3 into a guaranteed forward 1+4. So let's try to put this setup in practice. So we do that deep crash dash, we do the move, and here you see this was too early. So let's try that again, deep crash dash, and this was too late, so it's really not easy to do. And deep crash dash, and here we hit it, and then you get the finisher, but the finisher misses. So that's, this thing is not easy to do, but as you can see, this is a setup, and if you practice this a lot, then you can do this. So this is a great setup tool, but in the beginner ranks people don't use it that much. I would say focus on trying to beat this one, the Moonsault and the Burning Knuckle. If you can beat these, then you will do good against beginner King players who spam these a lot. So practice these. I hope you learned something here. If you have another idea of why you would use an unblockable, or if you think you can beat it in a better way than that I showed you, well, just let me know, put it in the comments. If you liked the video also, let me know, put it in the comments, helps me a lot. And see you next time.